Nobody needs to be
human at least. Hold on.
But he has a physical body, right?
He can, yes. It's technically like a puppet body. He dates his snake. He affectionately calls the female protagonist.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream.
Hello.
This is Maeve. Maeve, if you want to introduce yourself.
Oh boy, do I have? Oh, okay. Let me crack out the old VTuber intro here. Hello. My name is Maeve Gloomridge. I am the owner and curator of the Gloomridge Museum of the Occult, and I am your guide to everything mystical, magical, and everything in between.
Yes, thank you for joining me for today's stream. Today we will be tier listing our animated crushes from childhood all the way to current. We have, as you can see, our little tier list. Hear me out. Unhinged, but sure. Not for me, but I see the vision. Yes. And then final category is would bring home to parents. I see some bangers in here. Yes. Intermingled are mine and Maeve's crushes.
I feel like there's going to be some explanations needed. I already see the first one. I'm like,
Oh, is that Angemon?
Would you like to start then,
yes.
Jolie, with that first one?
Starting off strong, we have Angemon. He's, so...
Is there a story behind this one?
Let's bring it back all the way down to 6-year-old Sylvie. When she was in daycare, we would either watch Pokemon or Digimon. Little old Sylvie was like, oh my god, Pokemon's so cute, but deep down inside, her favorite was Digimon. And the reason why her favorite was Digimon was because of Angemon. Yeah. Angemon was the very, very, very first animated crush that I have ever had. I can't really explain it. We are aware that he is a monster. I'm aware that he is a digital monster and that this is his primary form. But like, he's an angel. He had really long hair. I think that was also the start of the mask situation for me. I just really like a character in a mask. And he was protective and he really cared for TK and like the rest of the pals. And like, he was always there to save the day. Like, you can't tell me that he's not hot.
No, so, I see the vision.
Yes.
I'm just concerned there are more evolutions after this one.
We're specifically targeting
this one.
Angemon.
Okay.
Yeah. So what category would you put him in?
Honestly, I'd say yes.
Oh, okay. Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna refute that.
So here's the thing. At least for me, I couldn't separate the pair of Angemon and Angemon, but I understand.
To play devil's advocate, though, we are aware that he cannot maintain the form of Angemon at all times. He's usually in the form of Patamon. I would put him in unhinged, but sure, because I feel like the argument for him as Angemon is good.
Oh, okay.
But
I see.
Because I know he's going to be in Patamon 95% of the time. Yeah.
That's
I can't
fair.
justify this. But he needs to be
human at least.
Your turn.
Well, okay. Danny Phantom was a lot of people's kind of first, especially if you're more of the alternative goth situation. He's very basic. He's just a dude, to be honest. But it was one of the first ones that I remember as a kid liking. Danny's just human but weird. Exactly. He's just a guy.
Look at him, all normal.
He's gonna be the most normal on this list for me. Oh my god! As the little 8-year-old me, this was attractive. Yeah. Especially the white hair and ghost powers. Who wouldn't want to walk through walls?
And he glows.
Doesn't sparkle, but he glows. So yeah, I'd say out of all the ones on my list, this is probably the easiest. Bring him home to parents.
I would also agree.
He's just a dude. Now this next one, Sylvie.
So
the strong silent type.
Silence said everything. So Ferb. I mean, what can I say? He's on the quiet side, very calm composure, very intelligent, handy with his hands, creative because he made all these projects. When he did speak, it was very nice. And Daima doesn't, and I just was like very riveted to the fact that when he would speak, I would anticipate it at the end of each episode. Also British.
Was there any particular episode that was like, this is when Ferb really was like solidified in your mind as a kid?
I don't remember a specific episode. Every single time he bumped into Vanessa and he was just like super like cute and like there and shy and like helpful.
Yeah.
I just really liked that. I just thought it was really sweet.
To be fair, between the two brothers, I would also agree with Ferb. So I would also say either yes or would bring home to parents. But he's just a dude.
Yeah, he is just a dude. He's a very smart dude. I think my parents would have really liked that. He's a baby engineer.
Good with his hands, can help around the house.
Okay, look, my parents wouldn't have wanted me to date that young, but if we were that age and I brought him home as my boyfriend, I think my parents would have been like, okay, you're kind of dumb for dating, but like we can understand. Next.
Okay. Oh, goodness. I have a row of 3 here, don't I? Boy.
You do have a row of 3. I ran out of childhood crushes.
That's fine. That's fair.
Look, Angemon took up a lot of my life. I was very loyal to Angemon.
Well, this next one's going to throw this all for a bit of a loop. I also hate his English name, to be fair. His name is Kishu. So, Quiche is how they translated that.
I guess close enough? Question mark?
Yeah, so he's the bad guy. He is one of the bad guys.
Okay.
But he also at some points would be very kind of caring. He's a bit more of a trickster. He's kind of very playful, very energetic, but he has more of like this kind of jealous and sadistic side a little bit. He was the first one where I was really like, oh, wait, do I also like the villains? Oh, no. Yeah.
It was your first villain.
It was my first villain.
Oh,
so
we always remember our first villain.
we always remember our first villains, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it just gets progressively worse from here.
Even though he is technically quote unquote villain, he does have a purpose. He's doing things for a reason. He's not just doing it because he hates humans. Well, kind of technically, but you know what I mean. Yeah, not for me, but I see the vision, especially for that age. I think for this to be the first villain crush, solid pick. Alrighty,
And
next
then
one.
we have the classic
Tuxedo Mask.
How do I begin with all that is Tuxedo Mask?
You're writing an expose on Tuxedo Mask. Does this man need further introduction? I mean,
I don't think so.
he just is.
He's just an icon. Tall, dark, and handsome, mysterious, but also caring.
We always love a man in a suit.
Also, that entrance where he just like throws the rose.
Oh,
and just
yeah.
disappears. Childhood me was like, oh my God. Oh my God.
Was there anything bad about him? I don't remember, to be honest.
I don't think so. Not that I remember. There's literally a whole article on this. Hold on.
Oh my God.
10 reasons why everyone but Sailor Moon knows Tuxedo Mask sucks.
Oh?
He dates girls that are way too young for him.
What was their age gap?
3 years.
That's not too young. Was
But
she
it
a
was because
minor?
he's 19 and she's 16.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
He's lousy in a fight.
What? Okay, yeah, he's weak, but like he's not the point of the plot. It's the girlies.
He's an enormous liability to the entire Sailor Scout operation. Sure.
I mean, but then in that case, you can make a case for every single character being a liability. Angemon's a liability. What if he turns into Patamon mid-battle? That's a liability. Right? The 16-year-old is the only thing that's preventing me from saying would bring home to parents.
That's fair. Sailor Moon was 14 at the start of the series, it seems. So if that's 2 years difference, he was 17 when they were met. If the age was not an issue, he would be in Bring Home to Parent.
Okay, so this part of my life is when I first started getting into Naruto. And if anybody knows Naruto, it is a very long series. So I have many crushes. It was a little bit difficult, actually, to narrow it down. I'm not gonna lie, there were a lot. Another fun fact, I started with Naruto Shippuden. I did not start with Naruto like when he was a kid.
The original series.
Yeah, so that also kind of skewed all of my perception of all the characters up until a certain point, and then when I went back to Naruto, the original. So with that context out of the way, we have Kakashi first. I really don't think I need an introduction for him. I feel like everybody knows who he is.
Yeah.
He's capable. He is intelligent. He is strong. He was very laid back, and I really needed that chill energy. I mean, he does have a lot of trauma. He does have 8 dogs, though. He's gonna go to yes, because I don't know if I can bring home a ninja to my parents. I think they would be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Also, I think they would be really creeped out by the fact that he never shows his face.
Yeah, that might be the more hard sell.
Next person is Gaara. This is where that context came in handy, because if any of you guys watched the original first and then went into Shippuden, you would know that Gaara is literally a serial killer as a kid. Then he gets Naruto friendship jutsu-ified, and then he becomes normal. When I first saw him, he was the Kazekage of his village. He was very calm, very quiet, very capable, strong. And I was like, he's cute. He also died when I first saw him, so there's that too. I would not bring him home to my parents. Oh yeah, his voice. I watched it subbed. I don't know the dubbed, but his voice is immaculate. He literally went through all tiers of hear me out, unhinged, but sure, and yes. All right, he's going into yes. Next person, he is still my crush. Let me just say he's also still a current. He's just a vibe. Like, all he wants to do is lay down and cloud watch. And he's also the reason why I like cloud watching. I think he's the only one, maybe Genma, that I would bring home to my parents. Next person! So Kimimaro, he was the villain. He's one of Orochimaru's pawns. And he is unbelievably loyal to Orochimaru. He only fights for Orochimaru. He literally lives and breathes for Orochimaru. So I'm gonna get that out of the way. I'm aware. He's a willing pawn. I'm aware. The reason why I liked him...
Is it the long white hair?
The white hair does help. He does have a backstory though. So he was isolated as a kid, and he was super lonely and had no purpose, and he just wanted to prove himself. He's honestly such a soft soul. He doesn't like fighting. He only uses his abilities for the people that he cares about. He also has a sense of honor. During his fight with one of the Leaf Ninja, he told Kimimaro, he's like, it's time for me to take my medicine, and he just stood there and waited for him to take his medicine mid-battle. Also, while he was fighting, he's chronically ill. He's just dying. So Orochimaru is basically throwing him away because he's of no use to him anymore. So he makes him even more desperate to try to prove himself during this sequence of events. He's kind of sad. I'm aware that this is a choice, but how could he not follow Orochimaru? Orochimaru is the one who saved him and gave him purpose. How can he not be loyal to that? It's just that Orochimaru is a really shitty person. So.
You would have had to get to him first before Orochimaru.
Yeah. I'm aware that this is probably a hear me out or an unhinged, but sure. Let me just put it that way.
I was thinking unhinged, but sure. No.
The only thing that kind of bothered me about him was his little zigzag part.
You don't like the mid-2000s zigzag part?
He just looks like a cracked pot.
So out of the big three, did you start with Naruto?
I started with Naruto.
Okay.
Naruto was the only one. I
started with Bleach.
Oh.
First off, out of the two ones I have from Bleach, we have Renji. He is, thank you for bringing the material, considering you didn't know who this was.
For context, we were on call the minute I Googled him. I was like, oh my God, he's hot. I should watch Bleach. What part of Bleach does he show up? He's so hot.
Yeah.
Would bring home to parent.
The thing that really got me about Renji is very protective. He is loyal. He is the second captain, lieutenant to the 6th Division. But it's because he wanted to protect Rukia, who he grew up with. He essentially wants the best for the people he cares about. And he's willing to go to some pretty deep extremes to do so.
A bit abrasive,
but a sweetheart.
I love those.
I would bring home to parents, but also he's a soul reaper. So, I mean, he's not technically alive.
But he has a physical body, right?
He can, yes. It's technically like a puppet body.
Which isn't his body just a puppet? Well, you know what? He's hot. Bring home to parents. You guys don't hear from me for a while. It's because I'm watching Bleach.
So the next one we have is Toshiro Hitsugaya, main captain of the 10th Division.
Also hot.
He can come off a little abrasive. He was never taken seriously for his age, so he had a bit of a temper. He kind of has a very big development as the series progresses. I guess his Bankai gives him ice wings.
I was going to say he looks like Articuno. We'll put him in yes, though, because I do like those Articuno wings.
I wouldn't bring him home to my parents because he's short.
Oh, God. Anyway, next person is Seisho. This is the only person that me and Maeve overlapped with. All I can say is I am a Seisho Maru stan. Inuyasha's trash, and I will stand by that statement.
Although I did have to look this up. Are we going to talk about the child?
Okay. You know what? That's the only thing that I cannot really defend.
Yeah. If we skip that part.
This one, I understand unhinged but sure and hear me out.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to, I tell you, half the list is assholes of some variety. Okay, look, not everyone's perfect. At least it's only half and not the whole list. Also, why is Kayu not on Hear Me Out? I feel like these could totally be Hear Me Outs, and I'm just like trying to justify in my brain that they're not Hear Me Out. They should both be Hear Me Out. No, they're not Hear Me Out. They're not that bad.
Kudo.
All right, state your case, even though I already agree.
To me, he's an immediate bring home to parents, but you know, that's just me.
I agree as well. Say less. Say
less.
My next person is Mori.
Mori
senpai. He was my vibe. Honestly, I think I would still have a crush on him if I was in high school. Literally.
Would you be a regular of his at the host club?
Oh, hell yeah. If I had that money, I would be there every single day at his table.
Although, okay, I have to ask though, who was your least favorite of the host club?
Probably Tamaki.
Right? Well, other than Honey being like, I would not date Honey.
I would not date Honey, but I thought he was adorable to watch.
Right?
Tamaki was just annoying.
Alrighty, let's move on to Utapri.
Oh, God.
So Utapri was my choice to include here, but apparently this has awoken something in Sylvie that she had long since repressed.
I literally forgot about the show until I saw it on her list, and then when I pulled up the guy, the amount of cringe that I relived, you guys don't understand.
Okay, so our first one here is Itoki.
He's the only reasonable person you can like in this show.
He is vanilla ice cream to a T.
The only reasonable option, let me just put that out there. And let me just say, I did not choose this one. So the people that I liked this one, and I liked this one. Not viable options. None of these are viable options.
Yeah, because Tokia had like a split personality almost.
And he was a flirt.
Oh, yeah. A flirt is putting it nicely. Oh, God, this is the one I'm afraid of. Diabolic Lovers was during a time where I was in a major phase of otome games, and Laito came up. Now, the issue with Laito, now vampires are known for being kind of sexual in nature.
Right.
Laito is to the extreme, but the reason why this is even worse is he affectionately calls the female protagonist Chan.
What?
Little Chan.
Maeve, you're not selling your case right now.
He is a hear me out to the upteenth degree. He's not saying it in a mean way. It's in a very playful way. Like, it's not, you know, but it makes it worse.
I'm sorry, Maeve.
I have no idea why I loved him, but I did as a teenager growing up playing otome games. I cannot tell you why. I mean, the whole thing with the vampires is there's definitely a whole play of like masochism and sadism and things. So, you know, humiliation is in there. Degradation is in there.
If there was a higher tier, I would have put that there.
Take audio with him. And is it bad to say he's at least the one who doesn't want you dead?
I mean, that's a pretty good green flag. He doesn't want you dead. That's really nice of him. Okay.
Oh, Shizuo. Essentially, he's a lone wolf kind of guy. He is incredibly strong with an incredibly high temper. I'm pretty sure in this picture that you're showing, he was literally like bashed over the head with something. I
was gonna say he looks a little unhinged in this picture.
Right after this, he proceeds to throw a vending machine.
Very strong.
So
he could throw me anytime. I'm just kidding. Oops.
As you can see, I think he literally tore that side rail out of the ground, if I remember correctly.
Oh, I'm kind of being sold with this cat on his head.
Would not bring home. He is definitely not for me, but I see the vision, I feel like.
Okay. So in this period of my life, I like spice in my life. I can't defend myself on these. I can't. So the first one that we have is Gajio. We're just gonna go with up there. Well, no, actually the other two are arguably worse. He's the Iron Dragon Slayer. He first gets introduced because he's part of the Evil Guild and he gets ordered to attack Fairy Tail. And he does this by completely beating up one of the teams and then stringing them and like crucifying them. He eventually redeems himself though. He ends up being in Fairy Tail. And like the girl that he strung up and crucified ends up dating him.
Still an unhinged, but sure, I think.
Yeah. So this is Laxus. He is the son of the master of Fairy Tail. He gets introduced because he attacks the guild. He's part of the guild, but he basically goes on this weird rampage where he was like, the guild is weak. People are looking down on us. We have weaklings in the guild. We're not strong anymore. So he decides he's going to essentially cull the guild. He's going to make them fight each other until they're knocked out so that only the strong survive. As an extra incentive, he hangs these balls of lightning in the sky. If you don't complete the requirements within the time, the lightning will just strike the whole city. So,
does he get better or no?
He does get better. So I actually stopped watching right when he has his redemption arc. Okay, yeah.
So can I ask what made him redeemable or likable?
So I can't justify this one. I just think he's hot. I think he's hot and he's strong and he's crazy. And there's something about that that's hot.
I think you might need to move this one into a hear me out.
Yeah. And he goes, Cobra. He's the poison dragon slayer. And so he's an asshole. He can listen to your thoughts and he enjoys a fight. And he has his pet snake that he calls Kubelios. The snake is like his most treasured person. He realizes that Kubelios is actually this girl in fairy tale called Kinana, and he dates his snake.
He dates his snake.
I believe he actually marries his snake and has kids, but yes.
You raised it, yes.
Anyway, so he's going into Hear Me Out.
Yeah.
They're in here and I know it's bad. Hear me out. I think these actually, we need all of this to balance out. It's very few sections. So the next person is the white blood cell from Cells at Work.
Yeah, you're gonna have to explain this one.
I believe his actual name is like Neutrophil A1114 or something like that.
Oh god.
How do I explain this? I can't really. He takes his job very seriously and he's just very nice to the red blood cell. And he's very caring to like the platelets and everybody. He's just a very stand-up guy and he takes his job seriously. And he does get a little crazy when germs are involved. Yeah.
So where are we putting the white blood cell?
I'm putting him in unhinged but sure because I'm aware that he honestly could also be a hear me out just because he's a white blood cell.
Yeah. Literally just for what he is.
Yeah, just for the literally what he is. This might actually be a hear me out. All right, Nouvelette.
Nouvelette. Oh, buddy. Where do I even start with Nouvelette? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you don't have to say anything. Just the pictures are enough.
It's just look at him.
Look at him.
Look at him. Refined, elegant, powerful. Literally the Hydro Dragon.
When he cries, there's rain.
He is the judgment. And he also is so caring for the Melazines. Yeah! He just wants to make sure.
Oh my god, dude, whenever I see him with the Melazines, I cry a little. My heart.
Right?
And his voice. The voice is enough.
Yeah, the voice is enough.
Lastly, we have Sunday.
Speaking of criminals.
No, God.
Him and his sister Robin are part of the Holovian race. So they're all supposed to be seeking harmony and making sure everyone gets to work together. But the original Eon that Harmony came from was Enna of the Order. So people who wanted Enna of the Order to come back manipulated Sunday to be their reincarnation. Basically manipulated into a tyrant. Yeah.
Is he still a tyrant?
No. It was just how he was voice acted in the game. It was so good. So definitely unhinged. To be fair, he
I was
did
gonna
want
go
everyone
for
to fall into an eternal sleep.
I mean, he was
to where
manipulated.
he becomes a god.
Okay.
Well,
okay.
I think that's our arrangement done.
All right, hit us. You know what I want. Okay, let's get Zabuza out of the way. So Zabuza was on my list. He genuinely goes into the unhinged but sure category, if not the hear me out category. He was on my list though, and that says a lot. No. First of all, wouldn't be on the list. If it was on the list, it would be even worse than hear me out. That's actually a crazy question. Was
what the hell?
This is a we listen and we judge.
That was not a crush I was looking for. Oh god, okay, Shunsui.
He looks like a dad.
Yeah, he's another. Why are we getting the dads?
Of Gildarts.
And a pervert.
Dads. Oh, he's a pervert? Why are all the dads perverts? They're always the strongest ones too.
Emiya from Fate Zero. Considering the first Reddit post I see is an idiot and ruined his life. I don't think that is someone I would want to be with. Not for me, but I see the vision. Continue with Fairy Tail.
You could cover the entirety of Fairy Tail. Not a single one of them is defensible. Jalal is a unhinged, but sure, Zarif is a hear me out. Acnologia is below hear me out. Acnologia is wild. That's even a question. Death Note, Light, and L.
Okay. L is unhinged, but sure. Light is hear me out.
Sukuna, that's an unhinged, but sure for me because.
Oh, I would have thought
actually,
that would have been a hear you out
because he's hot.
The whole fingers thing, it's fine.
You're right. That's a hear me out. I'm just coping. I am Delulu, but I am also,
We're not that Delulu.
I'm not that Delulu. Oh, Sasori, unhinged but sure. Alucard from the Castlevania.
He is a yes for me, but I think for Sylvie would be not for me, but I see the vision. To be fair, I also just have a thing for vampires.
Madara Uchiha you know what? He's a not for me, but I see the vision. Tobirama also a not for me, but I see the vision. But yes, final one. Kai Sensei, not for me, but I see the vision. Sorry, not for me, but I see the vision. It's the jumpsuit and the energy. I'm sorry, and the bowl cut. It's just too much with the leg warmers.
Bowl cut, I don't think. Nah.
He's a stand-up guy, though.
It is no.
Not for me, but I see the vision. Alrighty, we're gonna wrap it up here then.
This was fun.
Yeah, this was fun. Everyone go follow Maeve. She's great. And she actually streams at a normal time with a schedule like a regular person. So hey, go hang out over there. Go follow her if you aren't already. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.